Food is our lifeblood and shouldn't be a death sentence. In today's video, we will see the 10 deadliest foods that could kill you. That's right, deadly foods. Welcome back to our channel where we share information about all the topics that interest people today. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, go ahead and do so now. 10 deadly foods you should avoid. Imagine this, you're sitting in a posh restaurant, top-notch service, linen napkins, the whole 9 yards. You order the special, a beautiful, delicate dish, the kind that makes your mouth water just looking at it. But then, bam! Crippling stomach cramps, sweats, you're seeing stars. That, my friends, is the last thing you want from a meal. We're diving deep into the world's most dangerous foods, the ones that can send you straight to the emergency room, or worse. We'll expose these culinary criminals and, more importantly, teach you how to avoid ending up on the wrong side of a plate.
Let's start with a real heart stopper. Fugu, the Japanese pufferfish. This seemingly innocent fish is a culinary delicacy that comes with a deadly twist. This bad boy harbors a toxin, tetrodotoxin, that's deadlier than cyanide. Just a tiny amount of this potent poison can paralyze and kill a human being within hours. One wrong slice, one tiny mistake, and it's curtains for you. The preparation of fugu is a high-stakes game where the margin for error is virtually non-existent. Only a select few chefs in Japan, after years of rigorous training, are licensed to prepare fugu. These chefs undergo a stringent certification process, which includes a written test, a fish identification test, and a practical test where they must prepare the fish correctly. These culinary ninjas meticulously remove the poison, but the risk remains. Even with their expertise, the danger of contamination is always lurking in the background. In 2015, a restaurant in Tokyo served the poisonous parts of the fish by mistake. This incident sent shockwaves through the culinary world and highlighted the ever-present risks associated with this dish. Can you imagine the chaos? The diners were rushed to the hospital fighting for their lives. The emergency room was a scene of panic and urgency as doctors worked frantically to save them. This wasn't some back alley diner, mind you. It was a high-end establishment. The fact that such a mistake could happen in a reputable restaurant underscores the inherent danger of fugu. That's how crucial precision is with fugu. Every cut, every slice must be executed with absolute accuracy. The chefs must have nerves of steel and the precision of a surgeon to ensure that the fish is safe to eat. Despite the risks, fugu remains a sought-after delicacy. Its unique texture and subtle flavor make it a prized dish for adventurous foodies. The thrill of eating something so dangerous adds to its allure. For those who dare to try it, eating fugu is an experience like no other. It's a dance with danger, a culinary adventure that few are brave enough to undertake. But for those who do, it's a story they'll tell for the rest of their lives.
Next up, we're heading to the sunny Caribbean, Jamaica to be precise. This island nation is known for its vibrant culture, reggae music, and stunning beaches. But today, we're diving into something a bit more unexpected. Ackee, the national fruit of Jamaica, is more than just a fruit. It's a symbol of the island's rich culinary heritage. This fruit is a key ingredient in their beloved national dish, ackee and saltfish. Sounds harmless enough, right? A delicious combination that brings families together at the dinner table. Well, here's the catch. Unripe ackee fruit contains a toxin called hypoglycin. This toxin is no joke. It can wreak havoc on the human body. Consuming unripe ackee can lead to severe vomiting, hypoglycemia, and in extreme cases, coma or even death. It's a serious risk that locals are well aware of. Back in 2011, a whole school in Jamaica had a mass poisoning from undercooked ackee. It was a terrifying incident that left the community in shock. Kids were dropping like flies. It was absolute mayhem. The school hallways, usually filled with laughter and chatter, turned into scenes of panic and distress. The lesson here is simple. When it comes to ackee, timing is everything. The fruit must be fully ripe and open naturally before it's safe to eat. You have to wait for the fruit to ripen and open naturally before you even think about touching it. This natural opening is a sign that the toxins have dissipated, making the fruit safe for consumption. In local markets, vendors are meticulous about selling only the ripest ackee. They know the risks and take great care to ensure the safety of their customers. So, the next time you enjoy a plate of ackee and saltfish, remember the care and tradition that goes into preparing this iconic dish. It's a testament to the resilience and wisdom of the Jamaican people.
Now, let's talk cassava, a staple in many African and South American cuisines. This starchy root is a lifesaver for millions, but hold your horses before you go digging in. Improperly prepared cassava contains a nasty compound called linamarin, which breaks down into cyanide in your body. You heard that right, cyanide. In 2005, a village in the Philippines was hit with a mass cassava poisoning. Over 200 people, mostly children, fell ill after eating a local delicacy made with poorly processed cassava. It was a stark reminder that even the most common foods can turn deadly if not handled with care.
Now, who doesn't love a good rhubarb crumble? But here's the kicker. While the stalks are tartly delicious, the leaves are a one-way ticket to trouble. We're talking about oxalic acid, a nasty toxin that can cause kidney failure. During World War I, rhubarb leaves were actually recommended as a food source due to food shortages. Big mistake! People were dropping like flies, suffering from horrible side effects. It was a grim reminder that you can't always trust what you read, especially in times of war.
Beans, the musical fruit. Or are they? While a staple in many diets, these little guys, especially red kidney beans, pack a hidden punch. They contain a toxin called phytohemagglutinin. A real mouthful, I know, but trust me, you don't want to get a mouthful of this. Just a few raw or undercooked beans can cause severe nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. Back in 2017, a family in the UK learned this the hard way. They decided to whip up a chili, but didn't cook the beans properly. Let's just say their evening ended with a very unpleasant trip to the hospital. Nutmeg, the warm, fragrant spice that graces our holiday treats, seems innocent enough. But don't let that fool you. In large doses, this spice can send you on a psychedelic trip, and not the fun kind. We're talking hallucinations, paranoia, the whole shebang. There was a case in the US where a young woman trying to spice up her life ingested a massive amount of nutmeg. She ended up in the ER, heart racing, stomach in knots, hallucinating. It took a team of doctors to bring her back from the brink. Elderberries, those dark, juicy gems, are often touted for their health benefits. And rightly so, when cooked, they can be quite beneficial. But consume them raw, and you're in for a world of hurt. Raw elderberries contain cyanide-producing glycosides, which can cause severe stomach cramps, vomiting, even seizures. In 2019, a group of tourists in Turkey learned this the hard way. They were foraging for berries, and mistaking elderberries for another variety, popped a handful into their mouths. They were lucky to escape with their lives after a harrowing experience in a Turkish hospital. Wild mushrooms, foraging for disaster. Foraging for mushrooms might seem like a fun, outdoorsy activity, but it's not for the faint of heart. The allure of finding your own food in the wild can be strong, but the risks are equally high. One wrong mushroom, and you could be staring death in the face. The forest is home to many species of mushrooms, some of which are deadly. Take the death cap mushroom, for example. It looks harmless, even inviting, but don't be fooled by its appearance. This unassuming fungus is responsible for the majority of mushroom-related deaths worldwide. Its toxins are so potent that even a small amount can be fatal. Just a small bite can cause irreversible liver and kidney damage. Symptoms might not appear immediately, making it even more dangerous. In 2016, a family in California went mushroom hunting, mistaking death caps for edible mushrooms. They were experienced foragers, yet they still made a fatal error. They ended up in the hospital, fighting for their lives. The medical team worked tirelessly, but the damage was severe. A stark reminder that when it comes to wild mushrooms, it's best to leave it to the experts. Even seasoned foragers can make mistakes, and the consequences can be dire. Always consult a professional mycologist before consuming any wild mushrooms. The thrill of the hunt is not worth the risk of a deadly mistake. Sanic G, the live octopus challenge. Sanic G, a Korean delicacy of live octopus tentacles, is not for the faint of heart or those with weak gag reflexes. The danger here isn't poison, but the octopus itself. The suction cups on the tentacles are still active even after being chopped and can latch onto your throat, causing you to choke. Every year, there are reports of people choking on Sanic G in South Korea. It's a risky dish, even for the most experienced eaters. So unless you're a thrill seeker with a death wish, it's best to admire this dish from afar. Raw milk, a risky sip. Raw milk, straight from the source, might seem natural and healthy, but it's a gamble you don't want to take. Unpasteurized milk can harbor a whole host of nasty bacteria, like Salmonella, E. coli, and Listeria, which can cause severe food poisoning. In the US, there have been numerous outbreaks linked to raw milk consumption. People have been hospitalized, some with long-term health complications. Pasteurization might not be the most appealing word, but it's a crucial safety measure that saved countless lives. Food for thought. So, there you have it. 10 foods that can turn a delightful meal into a life-threatening ordeal. The key takeaway? Don't play roulette with your food. Knowledge is power. And now you're armed with the information you need to make safe, informed choices. Take a good hard look at your eating habits. Are you taking unnecessary risks? Could you be doing more to protect yourself and your loved ones? Food should be a source of pleasure, not pain. We value every one of your comments. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, do so now. Then leave us your comments and let us know what you think. Your opinion really does matter. And we'll see you on the next video.